There's rosemary oil that's been huge over TikTok and
Huge.
social media.
And
And
castor
that,
oil.
yes, and that study is what I have the most issue with because this study was done 2015. It was done in Iran, and it was a study that had no placebo group. So we don't know what happens if you don't use this. And so what they use 2.5% minoxidil, which is the woman's version of
Oh.
minoxidil.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 2.5% minoxidil and you have 5% minoxidil. And the thing is we don't have to use 2.5% minoxidil. What really works and works quicker is 5%.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you though, there could be some irritation on anyone's scalp, man or woman. I think it's best to use the 5% foam
Mm-hmm.
only because there's less preservatives and less alcohol in the foam. So, anyways, they do the study, and so what was interesting is you have the minoxidil, 2.5%, the lesser version, and then you have rosemary oil. Well, the rosemary oil, they called it a lotion, a rosemary lotion. So it didn't talk about what the lotion had in it as far as, were there any growth, factors that were helping the rosemary to work better, to penetrate better? What was the carrier oil? What did they use to get that rosemary oil into the scalp? None of that was mentioned. So they
Interesting.
compared it to minoxidil.
Mm-hmm.
And so for it to be compared to minoxidil that is proven to work, they then extrapolated that the rosemary oil works as well, just as well, which I don't know. I have an issue with that
Mm-hmm.
because, first of all, again, what's the carrier oil? And I don't know about you, but I don't want to put any kind of oil
No,
on
definitely
my
not
scalp
seed oils. Yes. Yes.
because your hair is going to be a mess.
Right.
So maybe this is something that could a man could try, but for us ladies, that's a lot. And the carrier oil could have been any oil, but still, it's just not great for your hair. So I had some real I guess, issue with that whole study. And it has just been wildfire all over the internet. So I thought that was interesting.